I don't get it.
Podcast.
What is that?
Hello, I don't get iters. I just sprouted a gigantic zit. Like, I'm talking like cystic pimple emerged on my face from the time I looked in the mirror, like, I don't know, an hour ago to looking in the mirror now. And now I am zapping it with my high frequency device because if you get it early, it can really stop it in its tracks. But like, it has gotten bigger, guys, just in the 5 minutes that I've been looking at it.
Maybe because you're doing that. Maybe it's just bringing it to the surface.
No, Lauren. I mean, from the second that I saw it, I went to go wash my face because I just worked out. And then I was like, okay, I get the high frequency device. And then within those 5 minutes, look, you see that? Mm-hmm. Look at that.
Are you
filling with pot.
That's very, very big. I would just
go get it
call
zapped.
it a day and get it zapped professionally.
Are you,
Yeah.
what does that mean? Get a cortisol shot?
Yeah.
I have a question.
Cortisone.
Cortisone.
Is
What did
fat
I
in your
say?
belly?
Oh man, thank God I never.
Cortisol is fat in your belly.
Thank God I never went into the medical field. Are you getting your period soon?
When I used to get cystic acne like this is like my first cyst after getting off the pill, which is incredible. I can't believe it's taken this long.
Yay, that's a win, right? That we should
is a
celebrate.
win. But when I used to get it, it used to be during my ovulation period, and I am in my ovulation zone right now, my fertility zone.
Okay, I have a question
So
for
that could be it.
you. So you know how you guys know how I got off birth control last year?
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
Having a period?
Yeah, like my period's supposed to come this weekend, and I always get freaking pimples on my chin.
We really don't believe you though, because
Look at them.
No.
No, but they're there. You can't see them now, but they were there
I don't
yesterday.
know, Naz, because you like think that literally like you think that
Listen, they are real. You
think a
can't tell
freckle
me.
is a pimple.
No, it's not a freckle. I haven't had these before. I never got them on birth control, and now there's like bumps all over my chin, and it's annoying.
Oh yes,
it's annoying.
that is your.
Oh my
hormone
God,
zone.
that alarmed me. Ashley just put a star sticker on it, and that looked very scary.
Yeah.
Wait,
I don't know,
why do you
they're
have
called
this
paradox?
Why do you have those star
Paradox
stickers?
Lucky Star blemish patches.
It brings shit to
So-
the surface, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I believe these. These look like fooey foos, but I do have another one that I'll put on after.
Foos. Do you guys
These are fooey foos.
Do you guys remember the star actual stickers? Wow, this is so nostalgic. They were like silver and green and blue. Wait, where were those from?
Yeah, they're so fun.
Those are from
we
school.
we used to do like gold star, silver star. Like you collect them throughout the day.
Do they still have those? They were so
Probably
little
not.
though.
I don't know where they'd sell them.
These kids get nothing fun.
How do you know? Yeah.
I don't know.
You have no idea. It's so funny
Everything's
though.
so digital, but they don't have anything tactile like that.
I've had some I don't get it
I don't get it.
for a while, I guess. But let me go back and see what they
Lauren's
are.
are always gems.
I know. They're very well thought out lately. Lately they've been slapping hard.
Okay.
Slapping.
What I don't get. I
Slapping hard.
don't get people that don't have water come out of their eyes when they cry.
Okay. She's talking about Lizzie.
Like,
No,
wait,
actually, I'm talking
crocodile?
about so many people.
like crocodile tears, isn't that like not actually crying then? Or is that
Okay.
possible to actually cry without tears?
Sometimes people go, and they make the whining noise, but there is no water coming out of your eyes.
Then I don't believe them.
Yeah, me neither. I'm sorry. That's actually very strong stance I have.
I just like, you're not crying then. You're not crying. Your chin can be shaking and making that sound, but it's just because it's getting ready for the water to come out of your eyes. I thought of this because we were obviously watching some like Dateline or 48 Hours, and they were interviewing the husband, and the husband's like, I just can't believe this is happening to me. and then there's nothing coming out of his eyes. He's just like, she went into the bathroom and nothing was happening. I'm like, obviously put him in jail.
That is a telltale sign for sure. that they did it.
That they did it when there's no water coming out. But you know what's crazy? The three of us don't really have this issue, but like it actually is really hard for people to cry.
Yeah. Okay. So I understand that.
And that's I don't get it that we should talk about, I think.
Yeah, I think that's separate though. Because I think if you're actually making like all the other facial expressions and maybe your water's not coming out.
Yeah. If you didn't murder someone and you're doing it, then I think you're trying to get those emotions to come out and you're trying to cry. It's just not working. And I understand that sometimes I want it to happen, but I also don't go, you know?
You guys, my eyes burn before I cry. Do your burn?
Really?
Yeah.
Burn.
No.
I think it's like my tear ducts activating.
Wow. Again, with the medical terms. I'm loving it.
You probably have a lot of facial products like around your tear ducts or something.
She's got that zapper.
She got the zapper and then it's like burning because it's getting aquadized.
It's usually it's usually like a cry that I don't know. I think it's like a cry that like maybe takes a while to get out. If that makes sense. You're like, oh, no, I don't have to cry about this. Then you're like, hey, you know what? It's going to happen.
For me, it's all like, it just comes it just happens. Do you know what I mean? It's very sudden.
Yeah.
But I feel it like the 1 or 2 seconds right before. You know, I know when I'm about to cry, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
It's more in the throat for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it's not in your throat, I don't think you're I don't think you're crying. And I have hard time having sympathy.
You guys, I have got to tell you what Jared and I had for dinner last night. It was so freaking good. It's from one of those meal delivery companies. It's called Freshly, and it's different than others because their food's delivered fresh, not frozen, but it's all ready to heat and enjoy, no cooking, and it takes just 3 minutes in their microwave. They are chef-made, nutrient-packed, delicious. They're delivered right to your door. No cooking required, guys. So like no grocery shopping, no slicing and dicing. The meals arrive cooked and fresh every week. You just keep them in the fridge, stocked up, so you can skip the trip to the store. I had buffalo chicken and cauliflower mash. So good. And then Jared had breaded chicken with green beans and macaroni and cheese. They have something that'll work with anybody's dietary needs, preferences, tastes, and family size. And now our listeners can try it Freshly for just $6.16 per meal. So stop searching the internet for healthy food near me every night and start living the Freshly life. Just some other meals to like get your mouth watering. They've got steak, peppercorn, sausage, baked penne. I'm really excited to try that one. And a chicken pesto bowl. All right, guys. So Freshly is now offering our listeners $40 off your first 2 orders when you go to freshly.com/getit. So stop stressing about dinner. Go to Freshly, FRESHLY.com/getit for $40 off your first 2 orders. Freshly.com/getit for $40 off your first 2 orders.
I don't get it is I don't get people who try and hold back crying, but only because it's how I process emotions. So I really like to just like let it out.
Yeah. I guess because there's a time and a place for crying. Like hysterical crying. What?
This is super annoying because like this is Jared's only flaw. He thinks that I can help it. He thinks I can prevent it. He thinks that I can like literally choke it up and it's fine. Like I can decide. I can choose to or to not cry. I do not think, I don't know, Jared, then you and I have totally different bodies and like sympathetic nerve systems or whatever, because there's no way that like, I mean, yeah, maybe I can stop the water from coming out of my eyes, but it would be far more awkward for
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, and like blink and all that. So no, you cannot not cry.
I think that's a stereotypical male point of view because I think men are taught to hold it back and to not cry because it's a sign of weakness, you know. And so
I mean,
they build that muscle, I think, growing up subconsciously. Some do.
Maybe.
True. I think that, you had to like suck up tears and think about happy things so you don't have an absolute breakdown at this awkward time, at this awkward place with this person, you're fine. Like you can suck it back and mentally do it.
Like if you're at work or something and like somebody says something, your feelings are hurt, or like honestly, like what if they told you didn't do a good job? Like it's been years since this has happened to me, but like I think it like maybe at my internships or something. And like somebody, like something happens and they like didn't approve of my work. And then like I'll go back to my desk and I'll like start blinking a lot. And oh my gosh.
But if you're in an argument and you're talking to someone and hashing something out, you cannot control.
Yeah.
It's so hard. Yeah. Unless you stop talking, right? Because you know that the more that you let out, it's just going to come out. But that was such a good one you described too, Ashley, where there's so many times where you just feel like you don't want to cry in the office, especially as a woman, you're like, I don't want to show that like this is affecting me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Those are really hard to keep back. They take a lot of energy.
Oh, it's exhausting.
And that's when you feel in your throat a lot. That's when I feel it in my
absolutely.
That's like all throat,
Yes. Yeah, you have to drink during that. You have to drink something to get through it.
Oh my God, yes. You have to drink. And you're like, cool, I'm just taking a drink. I'm just drinking.
Yeah, just like every 10 seconds.
Do you think because, wait, real quick, before you move on, Lauren, do you think because the three of us I think it's a talent. I love that I cry. I don't want to like hold it back from anything. It's like one of my favorite things about me. Do you think the three of us would be good actresses because we cry? That is one I don't get it, where I'm like, when actors, and I'm not talking about like one drop, I'm talking about when people are like feeling it, but they're remembering lines at the same time and they're so in it and it's just tears. I'm like, wow, that is so crazy. That's such a talent.
That is that's talent.
But no, to answer your question, I can't really fake cry. So I don't think that means I'm a good actress.
Yeah,
we should memorize monologues. We should all three memorize like a crying monologue and like recite it on the podcast and try and actually cry and like make it a video and see if we can do it.
Your dogs want to cry over there?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
She's just like
to wrap up this crying saga, I would like to say my other I don't get it was I without a doubt always cry during the national anthem. I went to
what?
Oh my God, you don't get teariness?
No.
Oh my God, Lauren and I get the most like chin shaking.
That is the most Virginia-born thing I've ever heard.
I know, like DC area. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, but also New York area, because I always do at Giants games. That's when it always happens for me.
Yeah, I always cry. So I went to a Capitals game the other day with Hunter, obviously, and they sang the national anthem, and I'm over here like, God damn it, Lauren. Get your shit together. I'm crying right now. I grab a beer and I'm just like, okay, cool. I am not crying at the national anthem right now. So I was looking away, like looking at the flag. I'm like, Hunter, do not realize I'm crying at the national anthem.
You guys,
oh my God.
I understand like Amazing Grace in Mass. That's maybe a song that would emote me to cry.
In Mass?
Like, in church? Catholic?
Yes. Like if I'm hearing someone sing that song...
Right,
maybe, but not the national anthem in the middle of a stadium with a bunch of people drinking beer around me. What kind of setting is that to cry in?
It's a guaranteed moment of choking up for me. There's like times where I'm just like, you can't think about what's happening.
It's just kind of like the whole unison. Like everyone's in unison. Yeah. Everyone's like American here, and they're proud to be listening to this. And they all have their hats off, and I'm like, oh my God, the respect. And
are you sure something traumatizing didn't happen to the both of you while the Star Spangled Banner?
No, I don't think this is very strange. I don't think it's weird at all.
Listen. Our friend Maura, we went to Penn State with her, and they were at a football game, and they were all singing the Penn State song. And Ashley and I start bawling our eyes out because it's
what moment of mass unity.
Mass unity.
Yes.
Mass unity.
That's beautiful.
For me, it's
we don't even go here.
About
like
that, Lauren.
Classic fucking.
We don't even
go here.
You guys are. That's why I like working at Dodger Stadium because you do feel like everyone's here for like one thing.
Yeah,
and it's
like
tying everyone together. Humanity.
Yeah. Well, at Giant Stadium, when they would fly the 3 jets overhead, that's when it was like goodbye.
Goodbye. It's like I am a lady.
Have you ever been to a sporting event at where they fly the military jets over it?
They do it at Dodgers on like 4th of July and like other special games like that. So yeah,
I feel like I'm like Apollo 13 or like Top Gun.
I feel terrible because my dad's so military background and it doesn't make me emotional whatsoever. I think it's cool. Like I'm always like, wow, this is so cool. You know,
honestly, I wish I was less emotional about it,
but I don't cry.
Laura,
I can't believe you guys cried at Penn State.
The Penn State thing. I totally forgot about that. That's so funny.
That just goes to show, like
they go, we are Penn State or something like that.
I'm like, I'm fucking not going here, and my chin is uncontrollably shaking right now.
Do you guys ever feel like living a healthy lifestyle is hard? Like you try so damn hard to keep up with what's considered healthy. You push yourself every day.
Yes.
You feel like you're getting better and better, but it can be overwhelming. And sometimes you're like, oh, I don't want to drink. Like, should I have a drink like with my friends? It's summertime, feels good. Like, yes, you should. But if you do want to stick with your healthiness, go with Coors Pure. It's all organic and it has 0 sugar, so you can enjoy a beer without feeling guilty.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed with Coors Pure because I have that daily struggle all the time. It's more like one of those, when you just like you were healthy all day, guys, and then you just have that like inkling to just throw it all away. And I'm like, I treat myself with a Coors Pure. It's organic, but they're chill about it, And the new Coors Pure is a refreshingly simple beer with organic barley, hops, and water. And they're only 92 calories. It's literally the perfect beer to celebrate the wins of everyday life.
Whenever I finish doing hair, I think now it's become kind of a habit to just have like a drink just to relax my muscles and my mind.
Yeah.
And that's now Coors Pure to be specific, because also gotta be slim and trim for the summer and trying to cut all the sugar because I stopped drinking soda. So let's cut it out of our beers too. So Coors Pure is what I turn to. Coors Pure is the perfect beer to celebrate the wins of everyday life. So when you want to enjoy a beer without the guilt, reach for Coors Pure. It's organic, but chill about it. So go to CoorsPure.com to see where you can find Coors Pure. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Albany, Georgia.
Have you guys cried anywhere else that you think, why am I crying here? Like, are there any other instances in life where you guys cry?
I mean, there's this, okay, God. There was this videotape that I don't know if we talked about this before, that our grandpa got us when we were little, and we were like, this VHS, we're like, this is some weird, like, CVS, like, in a bin type thing. We're like, what kind of movie is this, right? Totally off-brand, like, not Disney, Nickelodeon, or anything like that. It was called Kissy Fur. And I guess, like, as, like, I don't know, 3 and 5-year-old, we were like, oh, we'll watch some Kissy Fur. Maybe we were a little older than that. Oh, my God. So, in the movie, like, this baby bear gets taken away from its mama bear at the zoo.
Oh, my God.
It's, like, very Dumbo-esque.
Yeah, they're at the circus.
Yeah. But Lauren and I, like, don't even just cry at the thought of Kissy Fur in general. We just cry about the fact that our grandpa gave us Kissy Fur.
Yeah, like, we made fun of an off-brand VHS.
Well, we didn't really make fun of it, but like,
how much could we roast? We were like 3 and 5.
How much could we roast this baby?
But that's not even like why we cried at it. I think we just cried because it was so sweet that grandpa was like at like the video store
and he thought like this looks like the grandkids would like it.
Yeah, like how sweet is that? Like, that's gonna make me. I'm gonna freak out. Like, I don't know how much Dad is gonna buy shit like that. But, like, Fred is going to buy our kids so much, like, weird crap.
Yeah.
Like for Christmas, he got Shannon and I a dancing Snoopy. We both got dancing Snoopy.
Stop! That's the cutest thing ever.
Exactly. So like he's gonna buy like dancing Snoopies for our kids, and I'm gonna have to like keep them forever.
They're gonna like, I'm over this. You're like, you will not say that.
I will not say that.
All right. Well, moving on from crying and kissy fur.
I'm trying to think if there's anywhere I cry. No, I think just like there's certain movies that I know for a fact will always make me cry, but I don't know.
Oh, but the point of the matter with the kissy fur thing was like Lauren and I can get blubbery about it. Like if we like let ourselves get there, like we go hysterics.
Aww. It's cool how things can like be that emotionally triggering, and you just
can't really weird like that?
Pinpoint it. Do I have anything that just like makes me cry?
Like if you're an actor and you like cry now, what is it?
I think my personal experience, like emotional triggers. Like if I was an actor, I think Chris, like my little brother, would be like something I would think about that like I can turn it on for that. I would never, but you know what I mean? Like if I'm talking to someone about him, I get emotional. And I don't the score to Remember the Titans.
Yeah, okay. So that's very much like the national anthem for us.
Okay, that makes sense because it's just like I mean, I'm so tone deaf, so that did not register with anyone probably, but like I just picturing myself, and like if I'm sitting and I'm watching it, I'm like, man, I'm crying. So yeah, I guess I understand your national anthem thing a little bit better now.
Lauren, do you have any other I don't get it's on your list?
Let me peruse. I know there's one big one. Oh, I have just a question, like a would you rather? It's just so dumb. Thought of it late at night.
Sure, it's not dumb.
Would you rather take a sleeping pill at the start of your day or an Adderall right before bed?
I would rather take a sleeping pill at the beginning of the day. Duh.
And Adderall. I'm so shocked you didn't say Adderall right before bed when you like love being up at night. You're like Batman.
Me?
What? Yeah.
Me?
Oh,
yeah.
Ashley.
Ashley's nocturnal, literally.
I mean, as far as like my day schedule, I would prefer to like go to bed at 12:30, wake up at 9. I think those are ideal wake up and go to bed times. But like my body could stay up like happily till like 2:30 every night.
Yeah.
But no. Unless, Naz, you obviously have never had Adderall like where it withstands throughout the day and then into the night, because that's awful.
No, it is the worst. I've taken Adderall and I hate the come down of it. And it is. It's like your eyes get teary and you're just like, I just want to sleep. And you like feel super numb and you're not hungry and you're not tired. Yeah, it's like literally you're inhuman.
It is. You turn into a robot.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I just thought that maybe Naz would say that she would rather take Adderall before bed because she's like, I need to be productive during the day, not like half asleep.
I think I would rather take Adderall at night. Yeah.
See?
Really?
Yeah, because then you could just
can
sleep.
have one day off.
But then you could like sleep the next day, like peacefully.
No,
you know?
Your day would be as normal. Your day would be normal. Like you have to work. You can't just lay in bed all day.
You can't lay in bed. Okay. Never mind. I take it back then.
All right, Ashley, do you have any I don't get it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, speaking of that, can I just tell the time that like I took one of yours Vyvanses? So you guys, I took Lauren's Vyvanses because she is prescribed to it. 3
You
times
are in fact
life?
not.
I am not.
Wow.
Okay, wait. I think I took it 3 times in my life. Yeah. So 1 for my grad school applications, in which I got into Syracuse because of it.
Yeah.
Then again for my law paper at Syracuse. And then
the third time to build a rocket ship.
No. The third time was for job applications after grad school. And that was the one time it didn't do anything for me. But the one time in grad school I took it was for a law paper, a mass comm law paper. And guys, I got 107% on it.
Whoa.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
Perfect plus all the extra credit I could get. But so I had a heart attack though, because of it.
Terrible.
Like an actual heart attack. It was time to go to bed. And like my heart, it felt like the most massive heartburn I've ever had in my life. Mm-hmm. And it felt like a little bit contracting. I still to this day wonder if I did have some sort
You definitely could have. You very well could have. That's why they test your heart before getting prescribed.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I said I said that's terrible, but I wanted to clarify. It's terrible if you're not prescribed to it.
Yeah.
Because then you shouldn't be taking it. I remember
of course
when
not.
I've taken it, the clenching of my jaw and the grinding of my teeth. I'm like, this is literal cocaine.
It literally is
for someone who shouldn't be on
cocaine.
it. Yeah.
No, same. You and I both don't need to have focus on work. I was just lying there in bed being like, do I go to the hospital? Do I go to the hospital? For like 2.5 hours, just do I go to the hospital? And the weird thing was the hospital was legitimately a quarter mile away. And I was like, you just have to get out of the apartment and just walk to the hospital. And then I didn't, but I waited for my dad to be up at like 5:30 in the morning. I was like, Dad, I did something bad. I took Lauren's Vyvanse, and he was like, Ashley, shut the hell up. Why would you do that? You're stupid. I was like, do I go to the hospital? He's like, no.
It'll be out of your system soon. Just wait.
Isn't Vyvanse extended release?
It's extended release.
So it just drops a little bit in you, like every couple hours. Yeah, that's the worst.
It's pretty bad. I don't take it anymore. I don't enjoy the feeling. It makes me just feel awful. But yet again, I got 103 on a biology test in college. So I needed to succeed in school, and I didn't feel like I was having heart palpitations. I just felt very antisocial.
Do you guys remember the movie Limitless with Bradley Cooper? That is the Limitless drug. I mean, look at us. It opens parts of your brain that don't normally be opened, aren't normally open.
Or just keeps it focused. Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. But what explains 107 and 103%? That seems like it opened my brain.
It's retaining, you're retaining all of this stuff, and you're so concentrated that you're able to remember everything you saw on that page.
Yeah. You get a picture memory. What's it called?
Photographic
memory for a couple hours.
100%.
It's wild.
Okay. Has this ever happened to you guys where you need to see a doctor and you search and you find one that looks good, and then you are thinking about scheduling and you're like, oh wait, I don't know when I'm just going to schedule it. And then you finally go in and you figure out that your doctor doesn't even take your insurance? That's happened to me a time or two, or really just one very traumatizing time. They're like, it will be this much. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll do it now. But there is a solution, and that is with this app called ZocDoc. And it's free, and it's the easiest way to find a doctor and instantly book an appointment, and you'll be able to know whether or not they take your insurance before you get there.
You guys have to book online and not talk to any humans. That's all we want,
That's
right?
That's the greatest thing of all time.
Lauren's dream.
My dream.
ZocDoc literally has changed my life because also, Ashley, you know how you get anxiety just by calling people and asking for things? Now you guys don't have to do that. You don't have to talk to someone. Also, I feel like every time I call a doctor, I don't know what it is, but I'm always put on hold. 1,000%. I never call the doctor and it's like, oh yeah, Naz, okay, we'll make you an appointment. It's, hi, this person's office, hold. Yeah. And it's like, ugh. When you're an impatient person.
You call and you're like, I would like to make an appointment, please. It's like, what do you say? You know? So this avoids all of that.
Well, I know what to say. You guys are weirdos. Anyway, guys, ZocDoc makes healthcare easy, and now is the time to prioritize your health. So all you guys have to do is go to ZocDoc.com/getit, download the ZocDoc app to sign up for free and book a top-rated doctor. Many are available as soon as today. That's ZocDoc.com/getit.
Naz, anything you don't get this week?
I have one I don't get. I read this stat, and obviously you guys know, as a now newly single person again. So I read this stat, and obviously it's not fully true, but it is a statistic from a study that was done, and it just made me sad. So basically, and I found out while I was talking to another guy who's single, and he actually put me on it. But basically it was saying that a man with a very high education and a good financial status increases his chances of meeting a woman by a large percentage. And if you take a woman who has the same education and the same financial status, it decreases her chances of meeting a man by that same percentage.
Stop. That's horrible.
What do you guys think about that? And I'm like, oh, is this true? It
It's
feels
not
like
limiting
it's
the chance
true.
of meeting. It's the chance of turning it into a relationship, right?
Yeah, I think it was like full long term. I can double check though. But yeah.
Well, I think that just show. I mean, I don't want it.
Isn't that crazy?
You have to tread lightly on this topic, but like,
Do you though?
you're more cerebral than girls that are not. Therefore, they're more easygoing. Therefore, that's why they get a man easier.
I don't know. It's just I don't know what it is, but I think it has a lot to do with like inadequacy. I don't like saying all. Yeah, I want to hear what you have to say. I don't want to generalize. It's never all, but I think some men, and maybe it's most because of the percentage, don't like feeling inadequate. So if you're really smart or you have a lot of money, it's not going to make them feel good long term.
It's also flip side, because as an educated, smart woman, you think that you could get anyone in the entire world and you're keeping your options open.
But you can't. It's like the higher up you go, the less chances you have of meeting a guy. And the higher up a guy goes by getting smarter and having more money, the more chances he has and the more people, like more women are more willing to be with him. Think about a guy who doesn't really have an education and not a lot of money, and think about it on like the reverse. How many women want to date a guy like that? Isn't that crazy?
I do think that at the end of the day, it comes down to ego. It's all about guys' egos not being able to handle. Some people, of course, want a challenge, which I think is normal because, like, I think the more intelligent people are going to want a challenge. But however, you say that if you're educated and have more money, those guys seem less interested. Or I guess it's not a correlation. Okay, so it's not like the rich guys who have a great career are interested in the less smart women. There's no correlation there, right?
No, not that I know of. That's not the study. The study is just like, it's strictly if a guy has a high education, has a lot of money in his account, he increases his chances of meeting a long-term mate, like a wife, by a huge percentage. And that huge same percentage decreases if you take a woman with the same really high education and a lot of money of meeting a potential long-term partner.
I mean, it's just all about guys' ego.
It's so wild, and it
makes
me so depressed.
Okay, so here it goes back to, I think, just like the depths of like humanity, right? And like how we were all wired. Because if they were wired to provide, then their ego gets burnt when they are hit. When they feel like they don't need to provide.
They don't need to provide, yeah. And this conversation could go on forever, but it's also like, yeah. It's like, I want to find a guy that is okay with me just wanting him to be my guy, not me needing him to be my guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, is that even possible?
No, I think that evolution is just so recent that like it hasn't been adapted. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like literally within the past, not even 100 years, that guys would have to adjust to that mentality. And like evolution doesn't happen that fast.
Right. Yeah. So that's my I don't get it for the week. I don't get it. Yeah.
Yeah, that is, there's so many different factors there that I can't even wrap my head around it, you know?
It's so, I also wanted to tell you guys that like, so recently I've been watching Sex and the City again, and it's actually been years since I've watched Sex and the City, just because I've been watching a bunch of other TV.
Because you don't have cable.
Well, it's on HBO.
Yeah, I know, but because you don't have cable, like you don't just see it on the guide and go, I'll watch it.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
You have to like actively choose to watch it. Like you have to go to HBO Max.
100%. So I have a hot take for you guys. So I've been watching it recently. Just because, you know, the new series is coming out soon, and like I just want to get reacquainted with like all the things that happen. And I'm looking back, like I was watching seasons 1 and 2, and I'm like, yo, Big was borderline trash. Like,
I'm sure if we watch from the beginning, we all come to that.
What an evolution, because I've never listened to past episodes of our podcast, but the way that we idolize Big, and I'm like, Big was like, having an affair with Carrie, like toying with her emotions. She was
Yeah.
so happy with Aiden. He would
Yeah.
show up, wouldn't even give her what she wanted. And I'm like, yo, I idolize this man.
We don't.
First off,
It's such a hot take. It's such
Aiden
a hot
has
take.
nothing to do with this. She never really loved Aiden, okay? She
Yeah,
was
that's
just
true.
not that into him.
But now I'm like,
Secondly-
Aiden was incredible to Carrie. He was
boring and she didn't like him. And she did not feel a mental connection to him.
Did she not? Or was it because Big
No.
was always in the picture? Because
No, she did not.
Homeboy
No,
was
she had the ick.
redoing.
She got the ick
Yeah,
from
she
him.
did have the ick. Yeah.
I think that we call our bigs big because they're not our person, you know,
Well-
and because they are kind of trash.
Right,
So we're
right.
not necessarily idolizing by saying big, big, big. We're saying like, oh,
Yeah.
that like shitty come and go.
Really?
God's not giving
Yeah,
us what
you're
we
right. You're right.
It's the
You're right.
ruiner. I think we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Big really just equals your ruiner.
You're a life ruiner, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one that has damaged you the most deeply.
want. Oh my God.
The most emotionally
Right?
unavailable person you've come across.
Exactly.
Oh my
Like
God.
Lauren and I both didn't end up with our bigs, and you don't think you're going to end up with your big.
No,
and
I know I
think
won't.
that is normally probably the healthiest.
So we'll
thing
see
to do, but-
what the updated 2021 version of Sex
Yeah.
and City is, because she's not going to end up with her big.
Right.
No,
but what
I
I'm
don't like
saying,
that still, because I still don't think. I think that like. I don't know, guys. I don't think that you can't end up with your big. I
What
think
if they
he has to
create-
change,
But Ash, this
and
is
he
what
does change. He changes so much.
this is what I'm saying, though. Is
Most guys won't change.
What I'm saying is now that I'm watching it back, and maybe it's because of the current state of life I'm in, I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. I'm like, I don't want her to end up with Big anymore. And I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
it's so crazy watching the same show. Clearly I'm a different person, you know, because it's so crazy. Now I'm like, I don't want,
guess.
and I bet you most people feel that way. And I bet you that is why the series is changing it now.
I don't
Yeah.
think so. I disagree with you because I watched the entire series from episode 1 to episode whatever, like 97 last summer, and I still wanted her to end up with Big.
Yeah. I mean, he does change. You're right. Like he did
Yeah,
change.
he changed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the moral of the story is most men don't change, but
But like,
Actually,
did.
what if they just introduced a new character
no.
that was
she's so pissed.
I went on that
absolutely
ride for
gave
97
her-
episodes.
gave her the frenzy feeling? She was very available. He was very available. He was absolutely gorgeous. He was like a Milo Ventimiglia character.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if Milo Ventimiglia's in Sex in the City? We would all change our minds in a second.
Yeah, would you accept him into your life?
100%. Ashley, you would. 100%.
I don't think not if Big was still alive.
Well,
Okay, Big's dead.
I think we all
If
know
Big's
Big's
dead, then yeah,
probably
of course
dead.
I could be open
Of course,
to other opportunities.
But also, we
Oh my
other
God.
opportunities. We also know that like Aiden is, or we've heard rumblings that Aiden is in it. Anyways, what I
Yeah,
was
well,
gonna-
Aiden would have to get divorced then because Aiden's married.
right, which we all know does happen. People get divorced, so that's a possibility. That could be a storyline. I was gonna say, I'm just seeing about like everything Big put her through, and then I think about the movie, and I'm like, God damn, that motherfucker really put her through shit. And we were still hoping that they would end up together. He left her
Yeah.
at the altar. Like that is
That's some
so
serious
toxic.
chemistry.
That is so toxic, Ashley. That's toxic.
I don't know.
Um,
Of course, I'm not saying I don't know about leaving at the altar thing. That's the worst thing ever. I don't know. It just means that love conquers all.
I know. I want to believe it too. I want to believe it too. I think I'm just
I don't know.
cynical
His
right
lips
now.
are a little
obviously.
too red and slimy
guys.
for me at some points.
As I turn around and look at my glam room gallery wall, I see a quote from Sex and the City that just really says it all. It wasn't logic, it was love.
I know. I think that's the fantasy that we buy into, right? Like,
Mhm.
if only it was that way. And it can be that way, I guess.
Yes.
I'm not over
Yes.
Lauren saying the red lip thing, though.
I know, that's true. He did
know.
always have red lips, but that was like how I didn't think Tom Brady used to be hot because he used to have purple lips and now he has normal colored
Ew.
lips. Do you remember how Tom Brady used to have purple lips?
It's his TB12 diet. It's causing more circulation through his body, making
Something.
him normal colored lips.
Ever since he got with Giselle, he stopped having purple lips.
Lauren is on today. Lauren is on today. I don't know. Brady posted about Giselle on her birthday. Are they okay?
Oh,
Yeah, they're
they'll make
fine.
it through anything.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think you're right.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, do you have another I don't get it? Or I'll go to mine.
No, actually, this is like the first time I've arrived to a podcast without I don't get it for a long time. I do have Twilight, I don't get it, as I continue to read this book, which I will say I think that Midnight Sun is the most boring of all the books. It's way too long. It has got way too many times where they go over the same thing over and over again. I get it, Edward. You don't understand why she would want to be with you. I get it.
Oh, that's so annoying.
But like, it also doesn't make any sense. Stop being a dumbass. You understand why she wants to be with you.
So annoying. Yeah, I understand. I remember
over and
that.
over again. But yeah, so all I have is Twilight. I don't get it. But like, Naz doesn't even watch Twilight or see or read Twilight, so I can't even talk about it.
Yeah, I've like no idea what you guys are saying. You can talk about it.
No. Lauren, what's your I don't get it? Naz, wait, first off, let's stay on this for a second. Can't believe you didn't move into that. Like, I can't believe like you just never. It's a romance. You just never.
Should I get into it now? Should I read it alongside you?
Flick.
Oh my God, New Moon. Yes.
No, she has to. Oh my God.
Wait, should I read or watch or
no?
both?
You have to read Twilight. You have to read.
How long will it take me to get through it?
You actually are probably going to love it. It's because, especially when you get to New Moon, you're going to be like, wait a second, I'm living this right now.
Really? Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yes, actually.
Do you have it on you, on your person? I've always wanted to say that.
Lauren could bring it. I have.
Oh, yeah, I can bring them.
Guys, can we talk about the fact that we're going to be together again?
We're going to be together.
For the first time
since lunching
Lauren
and brunching. I'm so excited.
Oh my God,
yeah,
I can't.
First time since Lauren left in July. Naz, you haven't seen Lauren since July.
I know, it literally tears my heart in half.
That's so weird.
Also, I feel like, Ashley, your Rhode Island post, like, I just can't wait to see your Rhode Island life.
Well, it can be pretty in parts, like very pretty.
It's
and then you're going to be like,
I love Rhode Island. I think it's such a hidden gem. It's like such a
you're
going
to be like, oh, this is Jersey. Like, this is Jersey. This is strip mall, highway,
that's Florida.
blah, blah, blah.
That's Florida.
Until you hit somewhere very pretty, you know?
Oh, I'm from Florida, so the standards are very low. But I can't wait to listen to Taylor Swift in Rhode Island. I also can't wait to buy a long sleeve shirt that says Newport, Rhode Island. That's cotton and crew neck in the airport.
Yes,
I also can't wait to slap Ashley, and I can't wait for Lauren to do my hair. And I can't wait to see Jared. And am I going to get to see Shannon
Lois.
or any of the other Havens?
Yeah, you're going to see all the Havens.
Wow. What's good eating over there? Have you been eating cheeseburgers over there?
That's the whole reason that we live here.
It's all good bad food.
All good bad food. Yeah. No, actually, I don't have a cheeseburger place yet. Really. I mean,
interesting.
I truly think, like, when it comes down to things, like, I really think that Shake Shack is like one of my very favorite burgers, and that's 15 minutes away.
Respect.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited to take you guys to all the Rhode Islandy places. Like, I really am excited to take you to Ocean House, because that's going to be like, wow, that's a spectacle.
Yeah. Should I let Lauren put extensions in my hair?
Sure. She might do extensions in my hair next week.
Okay.
Oh yeah, next week. Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah.
Wait, Lauren, should I do it though, Ashley? Should I have long hair for the summer?
Ashley, I think that the long hair would be great. I feel like you, as like a particular person, is going to be like, I feel something, but
only for the summer.
Talking to you, Naz.
Yeah, I know. I know she's talking to me. I know I'm fucking annoying. But I would get used to it, right?
Yeah, you get used to it. Yeah, but like I won't be there to like fix them and move them up and stuff. That's just the one thing.
So like extensions, like I couldn't help but wonder, like, are they worth it or are they not? Because it's a shit ton of money, Lauren.
Yeah, but you use that hair for a year.
For a year?
Yeah.
How do you put them in?
It's $5 a day for the year.
$5 a day for the year? That actually sounds expensive.
What is this, an OxyClean commercial?
$5 a day.
I don't know if that's a specific.
You can have extensions in 5 easy payments of $9.99.
Let me think here. Let's say.
Wait, Ashley, there's this joke Mitch Hedberg used to say. He's my favorite comedian. And he died of an overdose. But back in the day, he'd talk about like the commercials that would talk about easy payments. And he'd be like, what if one day a product was like, you could have it for 3 easy payments and 1 really hard payment.
That's very funny. Stop showing off your guns, Ash. She's like putting up her hair and like flexing
her arms.
Really? I mean, yeah, they're gigantic. They make me feel like maybe I should calm down.
What, your arms? Why? Arms are the best. Soup them up. Did you guys see like Haley and Sarah got engaged?
Haley and Sarah, congratulations. Woo-hoo! That's amazing.
So nice, you guys. The same weekend, so many bachelor engagements this week.
I feel like May is like engagement month. And it's a great month because I feel like things are coming alive. It's like spring. But I'm like, that's so cool that Haley and Emily are engaged together.
I know.
That's so sweet.
That's like such a cool sister experience.
I know. That's what I told her yesterday.
They're going to be pregnant together too, and they're going to milk that shit. I hope they do.
Lauren's been talking about wedding dress shopping, Naz.
Yes, I know. She told me. Lauren, can we do that when we're together?
Yes. So I was thinking I need to try on my first dress with my mom there. So if we want to do it next week or something, I can just throw on a one gown so we can have that experience out of the way with the mama, and then we can go together.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I think we need to book an appointment. So
yeah, we would need to book an appointment.
Let me know.
So Ashley, use your connect.
I don't. You let
Lauren.
Lauren
said, "Get me a
Rhode Island."
Lauren said, "Get me a free wedding gown right now."
No, I mean like I'm sure like anyone in the Rhode Island area knows who you are. So.
Yeah, but let me know what shops you'd want to go to. I don't even know if there are what shops there are.
I don't know anything. I'm very unprepared.
Are you going to be
like? We can go to where Crystal got her wedding dress.
What's the name of the socialite that lived in the house that Taylor Swift lives in now? The song and folklore. What was her name again?
God. We talked about this Rebecca.
Rebecca what?
I don't know.
Oh, it's going to bother me. Are you
But she was from the what family?
Are you the new her?
No. That would be cool though. Rebecca, hold on. Rebecca
she's renting an apartment, but she is the same as owning that mansion.
You're gonna be a Rhode Island socialite.
And Rebecca, oh my goodness. Okay, wait. Taylor Swift, Rebecca.
Circling back, it's $6.9 a day to have extensions.
Oh God. Really? Rebecca Harkness.
Yes. She was of the what family was she from? Because they say in the
I forget. I knew all of this and I forget.
Oh my goodness. We just slop fest. It's just slop fest today.
Who, us?
Yeah.
Why? No, we're not.
Just real rambles, guys. Real rambles. Okay, so he's of the Standard Oil fortune, which is Standard Oil was by wasn't that Rockefeller? Yeah. Yep, there we go. Of the Rockefeller family.
There we go.
There you go. The new Rebecca Harkness, everyone.
And
Ashley Iaconetti.
Yep, I live in an apartment. It's very similar to
Are you loving your new digs?
It's beautiful. It's very nice. I like them. Yeah. I like my freshness.
Is everything organized? Is there any room that has like crap shoved in it?
No, everything is perfectly organized.
Wow.
Except for, we get like all these things and like, Jared has so many protein powders. I'm like, how many cabinets are we going to have with protein powders?
Yeah. You guys, this conversation reminds me of a conversation I had with my friend Sadie this weekend where I'm just like, we were talking about our problems and I was like, I can't wait for my problems to be like Ashley's problems. Like, I can't.
Yeah, like so many protein powders.
Sadie was like, I can't wait. Sadie was like, I can't wait for my biggest issue in life to be construction, where it's like, they're tearing down this wall in our house. We can't get any work done. Like, Literally.
Any housewife that gets their nails done talking to their nail tech is like, oh, we ordered the quartz countertop, but it's taking forever to get here.
Like, oh my God, the
why?
Italian marble's on back order. We can't get the white boucle until December 2022. Like, I can't wait for that to be my biggest fucking issue in life.
But why do ladies talk to their nail techs like that? In our hometown of Great Falls, you guys, like every snotty lady is telling the nail girl about like what vacation they're going to and like what's going on with their house. And it's just like,
she's like, you're my 20th time of the day.
so
My back's on fire. Please stop talking to me about
I
that.
picture every nail technician to be like the one in Legally Blonde, just like so supportive and so willing to give advice.
Oh, that ain't me as a hairdresser.
Lauren's got the silent appointments on stage.
Yeah, I'm like, guys, it's just,
nobody's booked a silent appointment yet.
Unfortunately, no. No, I'm just kidding. I'm fucking around.
But extensions are only $6, whatever.
I know, but give me $6.9 a day. No, I am fucking around, guys. I love you. I'm so sorry.
So you're saying $6.9 a day. And what if you decide to only keep them in for like 3 months? Then is it like $20 a day?
No, then you don't have any move ups. That's move ups included.
Oh, okay.
That's not just for the hair.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Wait, let me say one more thing. My last I don't get it is pretty, I guess, long-winded, and I feel like a lot of ladies out there understand. And I know, Naz, this is like one of like, oh, I can't wait for my biggest problem to be this. When your fiance or husband or boyfriend goes golfing for fucking 9 hours.
Okay, so I love that you brought this up because a former colleague of mine who I love, I won't say her name to protect you, he loved golfing. And golfing is the most genius sport for a man to take up, especially if their wife has just had a child and they have no interest in helping out. Because I think this is their version of, oh, I'm so sorry. Well, you know, we got the course for the day, and they're literally gone for like 18 hours, and it's like their way of like leaving. That's how I perceive.
But how is that okay? It's so annoying. I'm like, okay, his hobby, it's expensive. It's an expensive hobby. He does it almost 4 times a week.
Right.
It's crazy.
Right.
What in my hobby, if I were to choose anything in the world, would be go to the mall and shop for 18 hours.
Yeah.
But yet it's more respectable for some reason.
For some reason, it's because he's swinging something and there's points involved that it's more respectable than me going to the mall for 9 hours.
It is some BS.
This is a great conversation. This is a great, Lauren, you've just been hitting them out of the ballpark every episode. Golf, we should have led with golf, honestly, because that is such an I don't get it for so many women. If I end up with a man that plays golf and he thinks he can go fucking play when I'm pregnant and I'm having a kid, newsflash, you're giving up golf. That's not a thing.
Yes. It's Jared
hemorrhaging money.
Also
hemorrhaging.
He's been just spending all the time. It's very annoying because I have been putting together the apartment, right? And I like love to do the decorating and all that, not complaining, but like when there's stuff that I need him to do, like I'm saying like put up racks, put up like artwork, hide wires, mount the TV, all that stuff. I'm golfing in the morning and I'm like, breathe. It's fine. And so why can't you just
like you're making it seem like it is a work
thing. You make it seem like it's a work thing. It's so annoying. And so it's like
it's a work thing.
Like I'm golfing. It's like, oh, okay. That's like literally you're right. The exact same as me being like, oh, I'm gonna go to the mall tomorrow. But
here comes Jared. Jared walks in. I literally
she brought it up.
You're so
ridiculous
fucked.
You sound.
She brought it up. Hold on.
Yo,
you
Lauren,
make it sound like I haven't done anything. Like
You've done everything.
I haven't done everything.
No,
I've done a lot.
You needed to do. You did everything you needed to do.
And
but
so, like,
in time.
like some days I'm hanging things up, and then the next day it's like, hey, I'm gonna go golf, and then when I get home, I'll finish hanging other things up. And she's like, but it needs to get done, and it's like it will get done. It's just gonna get done 5 hours after. Like she wakes up at like 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's like, hey, if you want things to get done, why don't you wake up at 8 o'clock with me, and we'll bang stuff down in the morning.
Okay, but can I just say it is funny? Lauren said that like for Hunter. It's like when you guys say like, oh, I'm golfing, you make it seem like, oh, I'm going to work. she goes, my hobby, she said, ideally would be going to the mall. And like, what if I said every like other morning when you go golf, I'm going to go spend $70 at the mall today.
70.
That's fine. How would that bother me?
You'd be cool just me going to spend $70 at the mall every time you.
I mean, if I pay $70 for golf, then yeah, of course that would be unfair to me to be like, oh, you shouldn't spend that money.
I know, but why is it that guys do make it seem like golf is work? It's like, oh no.
Because there's an appointment time. It's like,
yeah, you guys do. You make it like so serious. You're like, oh,
ooh, I wish I could, but I got a tea time. It's like, you made an appointment. Like I change my nail appointments all the time. You know, it's like, I can't. It's like, you can switch things, bucko.
No, you can't switch things. You can't switch tea times. They're way too serious. People, because like you said, everybody takes it so seriously, Lauren, that like other guys on the course take it very seriously.
Right, and they're going to be mad if you
just left
cancel.
behind.
Yeah, you're just left behind.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
the course. Some courses are like, hey, if you don't give us 24-hour notice, then you have to pay the fee. They're like doctors' offices. It's like, hey, we need a notice, and if you like cancel a couple hours beforehand, we're going to still charge you.
It's
like, well,
it's all stupid. A racket. It's a sport men invented to not be around and to be away for a day with a great excuse. Yeah. It's all pyramid scheme. It's a racket.
Golf's a pyramid scheme.
I just have to make fun of him one more time. So last week, I was like, so it was a day where he went to the gym and then he went golfing, and I'm like, oh great, okay. So then he comes home, he does what I needed him to do, and then I go, let me guess, tomorrow you're going to go to the gym and you have to go play softball and blah, blah. And he's like, no. And then the next morning, woke up. I woke up at 9. I was like, where's Jared by 9? Look on the tracker. He's on the golf course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
par for the course. Par for the course.
But again, Naz is right. These are definitely married woman first world issues.
They are not. Now I'm going to calm it back and reel it in.
Yeah.
Look who's home from golf.
This is amazing.
Now he's entered the room. I'm going to reel it back. Okay. The only reason we get upset is because we love them and we want to spend time with them.
Exactly. Yes, actually, exactly. Really true.
It could be anything. It could be anything. We just want to be with them. And I think that's very nice. Also, I just wish there was a lady, a stereotypical lady equivalent, kind of. Maybe it's us watching The Bachelor together.
No, it's going to the beach. Women go to the beach for the whole day.
Yeah, but Jared likes to go to the beach for the whole day, too. Well, actually, maybe not the whole day.
Yeah, but women like to lay out. Like sunbathing is an all day sort of like hobby. Yeah. But let's not be like 1800s here. Like a lot of women play golf. Yeah.
Yes. And I'm just being stereotypical, and also I feel like if a woman play golf, once the 18 holes are done, they come home. But then sometimes the men stay at the men's club.
Oh, you do
14 hours.
Oh, yeah. So Jared doesn't do that. You have to suffer through that too.
I'm like, am I that insufferable?
Hunter hangs out. Jared is like, oh, I moved my body. Now time to go get a protein shake.
Well, that sounds very lovely. All right, guys.
Time to go get a protein. Well, great ramble. I don't get golf. Name of the episode.
All right. So sorry, guys, if we were being stereotypical or everything, but we know that every role is reversed and everything like that, but we're just coming from where our point of view is. So,
yeah.
Anyways, thank you for listening to the most ramble.
This is the most ramble.
I'm proud of it.
I also, like I say,
Jared has one other thing to say.
Just for you guys to discuss. Golf for girls isn't going to the mall. It's when you get your nails done, or you go to the salon and you get makeup done, or Botox, or whatever you do.
Beautifying ourselves for you?
Yeah, we're beautifying for you.
You're not beautifying for me.
We are beautifying for you.
Wow.
Oh, Jared says he'd care less if I had Botox, but guess what? If I didn't have Botox...
This is getting crazy.
This is another thing about golf.
He carries my putter.
Hunter, I love it. The disrespect. Okay, we gotta go. This is so crazy.
Bye, but I have to just say that a lot of women would be like, no, I do beauty things for myself. And it's like, true, but...
You definitely do beauty things for yourself. There's nothing wrong with admitting
that. No, we do. I was making a joke. We do it for ourselves. I was making a joke.
I know.
I 100% do not get my nails done for Hunter. Or my hair done, obviously.
Aw.
Yeah, I mean, I get it for my own self-confidence, and whether or not that's for Jared or not, I'm not sure.
Well, to be determined. We'll let you guys know on the next ramble. And thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you want to be the most interesting person at the cocktail party, well, hop on over and listen to the Brain Candy podcast.
Our award-winning content will have you laughing while you're learning.
We read all the best articles, books, and studies and keep up with new TV shows, documentaries, and pop culture. And then we cram it all into 2 shows a week.
Conspiracy theories, cannibal rabbits, unsolved mysteries, the history of the Walkman. There's something for everyone.
The Brain Candy podcast. Find our link in the show notes.
Or simply search for the Brain Candy podcast on your podcast app.
I don't get it.
Podcast.